What should happen to the federal agents that state investigators say crossed the line during last year's Operation Midway Blitz? A new set of recommendations are out, including a push to prosecute the frontline ICE and Border Patrol agents using the tear gas guns and Black Hawk helicopters on those immigration raids in and around Chicago. Our political reporter Chris Ty here. He has a closer look on whether there will be some accountability for what I know a former federal judge is calling cases that would not necessarily be hard to prosecute.
That's what he says, and this is going to be really interesting. There are a number of recommendations that came out today, but the one that's kind of a flashpoint right now is potentially criminally charging these frontline federal agents. Think Border Patrol, think ICE, these kind of folks. The commission devised by Governor Pritzker, made up of former federal judges like the one Marie talked about, believes the time is now for prosecutors to go after the bad actors that crossed legal lines during Midway Blitz. An unprecedented campaign of harassment and brutality. That's how state leaders framed last year's Blitz. How do they frame the notion of further investigating or possibly prosecuting the bad actors on the front lines?
This is not that hard to prosecute. Not that hard at all, as far as I'm concerned.
Judge Ruben Castillo led Illinois' newly minted Accountability Commission, who over the last several months reviewed 16 flashpoint incidents around the area, hearing from dozens of witnesses and victims, releasing new video and holding community forums that led to this report out today that recommends, among other things, possible criminal charges for Blitz's bad actors. They sent their findings to 6 law enforcement agencies just today, including the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, who to date has not charged any federal agents for on-duty Midway Blitz behavior.
I would say to State's Attorney Burke that if she doesn't want to investigate, step aside, and let a special prosecutor come in and do what needs to be done.
In a statement, Burke's team explained they will review the report, but under Illinois statute, our office, they say, can bring charges only after receiving a completed investigation from a law enforcement agency. To date, we have not received a request from law enforcement to review any investigation related to on-duty conduct of a federal immigration agent.
Well, today, she's going to be referred something.
But this commission is not a law enforcement agency, a critical difference, according to legal expert Irv Miller.
The state's attorney of Cook County is following a law, is following federal law and following state law. She can only prosecute cases that she has the legal authority to prosecute. She knows where the line is, and she's sticking to that line, and frankly, she's right to obey the law.
We have laws for a reason, and when those laws have been broken, the perpetrators must face consequences. Without accountability, without justice, our laws are merely suggestions.
The commission also asking the feds to prohibit roving patrols, hold agents more accountable in sweeps like this, and require body-worn cameras at all times. Remember, that was something that was fought as this thing rolled out, as well as paramilitary tactics, a stop to that. Discipline ICE agents and CBP agents. This is something we're going to watch very closely. The trick here, Marie, is that holding federal agents to account by local authorities is not easy, and so we'll continue to follow it closely.
Right,